Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got an upgraded brew, our upgraded Hedge Shredder jank combo. Last season I played this with the Traveling Chocobo, and now we got an upgrade with Edge of Eternities, the Starfield Vocalist, which can give you redundancy in your Chocobo. Before I was playing the Geological Appraiser to kind of find more Chocobos, but I feel like the Vocalist is actually a little bit better, and I'll get into why I think that's better. But Hedge Shredder, if you don't know how this works, Hedge Shredder is 4 mana, 5/5 vehicle. You can crew it. When it attacks, you can mill 2. But it says that whenever you mill a land, you just put it directly into play. So with all of these surveil lands, you basically can sort of mill more lands and put more lands into play and kind of continue to go on. Now, if you're doubling all these surveil triggers with the Traveling Chocobo, its last ability says that if a land or a bird you control entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, it triggers on additional time. And the Vocalist says basically the same thing. A permanent comes into play, it triggers an additional time. So these are going to actually surveil for kind of like 2. You'll get 2 surveil 1 triggers. And that is essentially going to let you mill and put into play every land in your deck. If you get somewhat lucky, there's a fail rate here. However, if you're able to attack with the Hedge Shredder and mill 2 more, it's pretty unlikely you won't fail. So, playing out the Hedge Shredder on turn 4 and then turn 5, playing either one of these, you can even warp in the Vocalist, which is one of the reasons it's pretty good. You can attack with the Shredder and get even more mill. So essentially, this is going to put all these lands into play, and then you're going to win with these ping lands, these desert lands, which we've got 14 of, and those effects are also going to be doubled. So each of these are going to be doing 2 damage. So in theory, you could do, say, 24 damage with all the lands and just win on the spot. Even if your opponent has gained some amount of life, you could still win. You kind of have to math it out a little bit. The Hedge Shredder can do like 5 damage if they don't have a blocker. So usually it's sort of a win if you go Hedge Shredder into any of these and then play a Surveil land. Usually just win. And then we got some more Surveil lands that come to play untapped, which is pretty important because you want to go turn 4 Hedge Shredder, turn 5, one of these, and win the game. So the reason, again, why I think this Vocalist is a big upgrade here is, well, one, it just has 4 toughness, which is useful as opposed to 2 toughness from the Chocobo. But also it has warp for 2, so in theory you could potentially have 2 of these and warp 2 of them into play on turn 5, or play a Chocobo and the Vocalist on, well, that would have to be on turn 6 potentially, because you want to also play a tap land typically on that same turn. But in theory, you could play 2 Vocalists, and then every land would have 3 triggers from it, and then you would do a ton of damage and basically would have a very low fail rate for this combo. So it also frees up a little bit of space in the deck. I wasn't quite sure how many from Father to Sons to play. I think just 1 is fine, but you want to mulligan until you find a Hedge Shredder in your opening hand, and so this gives you basically a 5th Hedge Shredder to find when mulliganing, so this is pretty good. You could play more, but I was worried that it would dilute the mana base a little bit too much because you do need a critical mass of these Surveil lands and, of course, enough damage to win. So I'm just playing 1, but you could play a few more and see how it goes. But I think this ratio is pretty good. Somebody who's better at math than me could probably figure out the perfect ratio of all these cards to win at the best chance to sort of continue to go through the chains. But this seemed to work okay, and so that is what I'm going to go for now. So the upgraded Hedge Shredder, Chocobo, and now Vocalist combo. Let's jump some games and see it in action. A huge thank you to all my viewers who have joined my channel membership. I really appreciate all the support. Members get badges, emotes, and early access to all my videos. Click the link in the description below the video to join and get these perks today. Okay, opponent goes first. I think I'm gonna mulligan, see if I can find 2 of them. A Hedge Shredder in the opener. Yep, that works. Let's put the ping lands back in the deck. Actually, keep a green one. Well, we actually want a blue source. Green. Surveil is good. What if we do 1, 2? We want a blue, we want a green, and we want another green. We'll probably find a blue source. Actually, this is sort of a blue source, so I think the double green is more important. And there's one as well. We can lead with this because we have basically everything we need, essentially. We can do this on 3. On 4, we can use this for the Hedge Shredder. And play our ping lands. Got a builder's talent, okay. Alright, carrot cake. Tokens popping off. Ooh, and there's a chocobo too. Okay, so let's go father to son. Shredder. And then maze. And then... don't know if it matters at all. Just keeps it on top. Actually, I probably should have milled that. Try to find another untapped land would have been ideally what we could look for. If we could do both of those in the same turn, that would be pretty good. Alright, so... Ooh, there's another untapped land. Alright. So we'll play the Shredder. And then, yeah, we can actually... Blue and green, yeah, so... We can do both of these in the same turn, but... Ooh. Exercise, alright. Never mind. Cannot do that anymore. Maybe we'll go with Chocobo. No, there's one on top. Okay, sweet. Then, in that case, we'll just go tap land, get you for 2. Play this next turn, and yeah, do our thing. No blocks. Alright, so go Hedge Shredder. Hold up that. Yeah, that's good. And then play this. Keep going. It does give us a chance to play this or warp that in. We can't do that with all the triggers on the stack, so it kind of doesn't really matter, but we'll just do this to start. Yep, and hopefully this will be enough to win. Alright, Conduit Pylons. Because if we had played this first, then we wouldn't have gotten the Surveil. But yeah. We'll see if we've done enough damage. When we hit enough Surveils to win. Pretty sweet. Gotta love the combo. Mill, mill, mill. Unfortunately, we can't attack with the Hedge Shredder. Oh, they gave up. Okay. Works for me. Alright, GG. Okay, on the play with a pretty good hand, I guess. See if we can find a combo piece to go with this. We need a doubler of some kind. Have one of our ping lands in here. Let's see what happens. We'll ditch that. Look for Chocobo or a Vocalist. Or maybe both. Island, sure. Okay, Siren. Another ping land. Okay. White, green, so I need another green or another blue at some point. Let's go here. There's another shredder. Don't need that. Unless this one gets countered. But we're just looking for our pieces. Yep. See what they got. Swing for one, sure. Alright. We will do a little surveilling. Alright, keep that on top. Nothing. Okay. I'll be holding up a counter spell. Swings for one. Put in Kaito. Yep. Alright, take the hit.
Don't worry, Pom Pom.
And we'll go Grotto. Another Grotto. I think we're looking for like a second Vocalist would be ideal. Or yeah, second Vocalist would be good. Though I actually don't have another blue. But a Chocobo or something like that. Alright. Hits for 4.
Information is its own weapon.
And Siren. And Siren. So I think what we'll do is we'll warp this in. Yep, we'll warp this in case they have the thing that makes us pay 2. Otherwise it gets countered. Alright, that resolves, and then double green. I don't know if it really matters what we play, but start with an archive. And just keep going. And keep going. And there's another one. So we'll see if we have enough damage to win. Let's see, gotta hit one more. Okay. We should be able to crew an attack potentially here. To keep going. Okay. Let's see what they do. Okay, they're gonna less attack. That's good. We'll go face. Mill 2. Alright, that's good. Ping ping. And keep going. On the surveil train. And, well, I actually whiffed here. It's pretty unlikely. Okay. And down to 10. They can block if they want to. Let's see. Father to son, okay. Considering their options. Hopefully we can win next turn if we don't win this turn. Okay, takes 5. That warps out. And we pass. Okay. Scries. Maps. Land. Yep. Map. Preacher. Okay. Let's see if they attack with everything. They don't have 12 damage, so they're leaving 2 things back. Okay. Try it again. Go for the Vocalist. And go for the Surveil. Yep. Should be enough to win here. As long as we don't get terribly unlucky. Yep. And just need a couple more ping lands. There's a Vocalist. There's one. Down to 1. Giving me the good game. Yep, keep going. Surveil 1. Hedge Shredder. And yep. Chocobo. There it is. And got him. Nice. GG. On to the next one. Okay, going first. Yeah, this hand looks good. It's got both the pieces of what we need. So, can't complain, I guess. We could potentially, like, warp this in on 3 and, like, play this to do an extra damage. Do I want to do that? I mean, kind of telegraphs what we're doing. I won't do it. That is a play. And also, if we find another one or a Chocobo, we'll want to save the warp. Guess that's fine. Keep that on top. Save all the pings that we can, I think. If they're going to gain life, this could be an issue for sure. Well, it's a lot of life gain, so we might not have enough damage to win against a life gain deck. Yeah, in that case, maybe we should do it this way. Warp it in and try to do everything we can to maximize damage. Okay. Gonna buff that, buff that. Yep. Down to 13. Okay, gotta play this. And mill that, it's fine. Play the shredder. I wonder if our best chance was to try to find another vocalist. Hard to say, but we'll see how much damage we can do. Play the vocalist. And we'll play Tapland. Doesn't really matter, I guess. And we'll mill everything. Not sure we have 25 damage left in the deck, though. That's kind of the problem. Giving them flying, yep. Okay, keep going. And that's actually the last one here. And then we'll crew. Swing. Okay. See how much damage we can do mid-combat. No. Just don't know if we have enough. It's 14. Wow, okay, they just gave up. Well, that's one way to win. Don't know if we were actually going to win that one, but we'll take it. Okay, opponent goes first. Let's see if we can find a Hedge Shredder in the opener. Okay. Double Vocalist is pretty good, actually. We need double blue for that to work, but return 3 cards. We want a double Vocalist? Yeah. We're not gonna... Just thinking. I don't know if we're gonna get double blue. Might not even matter. So... having an untapped land is probably more important than another Vocalist. So let's just do this. Well, there's an untapped land. Another green source. That's fine, actually. Keep that on top. Warping that in. Certainly possible with these lands. Okay. Got a cleric. So some life gain deck, I can only imagine. And another one, sure. Ooh, gain a life and I lose 2. It's a bit scary. It's a blue source. Don't need another green source, so we'll ditch that. See if we're gonna die in the next 2 turns. We may. There's a lot of damage and life gain they can do. Well, no, nothing there. Okay, so that's a big relief. Another Hedge Shredder. Sure, keep that on top in case something happens to this one. And now we've got potentially the win next turn with this Surveil land. have to get a little lucky, but we'll see what happens. Alright, that's a swing for a good amount of damage, but I think we're still alive. Okay. Well, let's go for it. Don't need to warp this. We can actually just play it, I guess. And we'll go surveilling. And milling. And pinging. They have gained some amount of life. But hopefully we still have enough damage in the deck. And we can hit him for 5 with the Hedge Shredder, so that is our plan. Looks like we're getting some good hits so far. Though we need to go. We'll see. Should be fine. Because we get to crew here. And attack. And then hopefully win during combat here. Okay, it's a lot of triggers. So this should be enough, hopefully, to just mill our whole deck or put our all lands into play. And win. In this position. Ping, ping, yep. Yep, there's another one. And put that into the grave. Oh. Okay, there's another surveil land. That's good. We've gone through most of the non-lands, I feel like. Okay, ping land. Surveil. Okay. Ping. Yep. Should have enough surveils, and then we got 5 damage from the shredder itself, so this should be good. Once we get one more. Yep, alright, got him. On to the next one. Okay, going first. Yeah, this hand looks pretty good. Let's lead with... We need to find... I'll just lead with this. Trying to find... Oh, there's a Chocobo. Okay, sweet. A trigger doubling card. That's all we really need. Yeah, so I don't think we really need much else. We need double green for the shredder. Okay, they're gonna gain some life. And we actually could play out the Chocobo now and then play the shredder, but that wouldn't really accomplish much, so I'm just gonna wait. So I'll keep that on top. So we've drawn 2 of the little ping lands. Maze Mine Tome, that could gain them some life, but we'll go Grotto. From father to son. I guess that's fine to draw next turn. Keep all the other lands in the deck. Be better than drawing like a ping land or something like that. Alright, so maybe can win next turn. Saying there's a chance. Okay, they're gonna draw with the Maze Mine Tome. Looks like a artifact deck or a token deck or Raceway. Haven't seen this card. Seen much play. Okay, they're gonna gain some more life, so they're up to 23. But I can hit them for 5 with the shredder, so feeling okay about this. So we go Chocobo and go Thundering Falls and yep. keep going. There's a chocobo on top. Need to get rid of that. Okay. Let's see if we have enough. Okay. Ditch that. Okay, keep going. Alright, there is a pingland. Because I think we used one. There should be, what, 11 left in the deck? It's 22 damage plus 5 here. I think it should be enough. Assuming. This all works out. There's another pingland. Okay, there's a vocalist. Get rid of that. And that. Let's see if they concede. Or play it out. Alright. There we go. Keep going. Another vocalist. Pingland. See if they will concede or not. There's another pingland. Another vocalist. Okay. And swing for 5. They don't have any stops set, so should... I just hit exactly 2 of those? Oh, wow. This is exactly lethal. Alright, well, got there. Sweet, sweet. On to the next one. Alright, welcome back to the wrap-up for our Hedge Shredder, Starfield Vocalist, Chocobo combo. This one, again, is pretty fun, pretty ridiculous, very silly, very janky. Not a super competitive deck, but I was able to win quite a few of my games. There's actually one game I won that I probably shouldn't have won, but the opponent didn't know how much damage I had left in the deck and didn't want to sit around for the combo and just gave up, so that is one way of winning. But yeah, definitely a fun one, super interesting. Again, I'm not 100% sure on like the right ratios of all the surveil lands. You could even play like a basic forest or something like that in the deck to have more untap lands, because you really want to make sure you hit your untap land on turn 4. But again, this deck is just silly and not super competitive. But let me know, maybe there's some other ideas you have for Hedge Shredder combo that could work, or yeah, just let me know what you're thinking about for Edge of Eternities, any cool combos that you'd like to see or that have been working for you. Really appreciate you watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.